So when Democrats tell you they'll do everything in their power to stop President Trump, what you didn't realize is that they're willing to cut off services you depend on to keep that promise. Your WIC checks delayed, your food stamps frozen, FEMA offline in hurricane season. Even troops in rural hospitals got cut off. Republicans already put forth a plan that keeps the government running, but the Democrats said no. Why did they block it? Because their pet projects didn't make the cut. Billions for PBS, billions for illegal medical bills, social programs that don't put food on your table, that don't keep your lights on, that don't rebuild your homes after hurricanes. That's what they chose to fight for instead of you. So here's the divide. Republicans fund the basics that keep America moving. Democrats demand social experiments, special interests, and side projects, even if it means cutting off citizens from services that they rely on. Do you want leaders who prioritize Americans' needs or politicians who put their power and their projects first? If you're tired of these politicians playing games with your money and your benefits, follow and share. If not, go cry in my comments.
Okay, do you understand by what it means by shutting down the government, shutting down the states, democratic? Number one, US is a democratic republic. Then you find that the government is being shut down. It's so devastating the US people because that's not what they think of. It is not the first time Trump is shutting down the government. That's not the first time, second time, the third time, I think so. So, the first time Trump shut down the government, it was back in 2018, December. Then he opened it in 2019, January. So it's the longest time the government has ever been shut down in America for 35 days or even plus days. So that's the longest time Trump shut down the government. So it's like he is used to these things, right? He's used to just choosing to shut down the government, but it is for his own benefit. But let me ask you, do you know why Trump keeps on shutting the government? So subscribe, share, and leave a comment with this video. If you find this video interesting, subscribe. If you find the video informative, educative, share and leave a comment. Like the video, share to a friend. So let's start the video. Before then, I have a clip. Let's watch them and I'll come comment on them and tell you why is it that Trump is shutting down the government of America. Stay tuned and subscribe.
I can't believe what you say because I see what you do. Actions speak louder than words. I'm gonna talk to you about this shutdown, and I'm not left or right. To be honest with you, I was brought up Buddhist in San Francisco. I'm a hippie for real. I don't care what y'all do. Really, I'm a capitalist hippie. I'm boho left. I love the money. I don't care what y'all doing. I like the money, but I'm a humanitarian. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you $1. So let's talk about the shutdown. Congress has to pass a set of funding bills called appropriations to keep the federal government running. Congress has to pass these bills before the old money runs out. Think of it like paying for your Wi-Fi streaming services, and if you don't pay it, everything doesn't work. Nothing works. So if you don't pay your Wi-Fi, everything connected to it, your lights, your Alexa, Echo, anything that needs Wi-Fi throughout your house will not work. So here's the disagreement. The Democrats want to roll back cuts to Medicaid, and they want to extend the Affordable Care Act insurance subsidies. The Republicans who basically run Congress, they have the majority, are basically saying, just pass the bill. We don't want any extensions. We're not doing anything extra. Pass the bill. Let's just keep the lights on. They need 8 Democrat votes, and they only have 3. So they're not budging because the Democrats are saying, well, negotiate a little bit, give us something. And Republicans are like, we don't have to. We don't have to give you nothing. The only people that hurt when 2 parents are fighting are the kids. And that's us, the American people. The spending. So we have 3 parts. We have the completely get shut off. And then we have these things have to stay on. And then we have mandatory spending. With the shut off, you have the federal government programs, discretionary spending, that gets shut off. Workers get sent home without getting paid. No one is getting paid, right? Basically, they're saying, come to work. We can't pay you right now. Don't quit because we might need you later. The things that stay on are the essential things that protect life and property, like the military, like traffic controllers for the airplanes. But nobody is getting paid, though. They're protecting our life and property, but nobody is getting paid still. Those are essential. Mandatory spending programs like Medicaid, Social Security, they get paid through other laws. So they don't have anything to do with these annual funding fights that the Democrats and Republicans have. We don't have to deal with that. But many of these programs, they have a couple of months of funding to keep paying people. So some of these programs will keep paying people, keep people on the job, keep their services and lights on without federal aid because they budget for that. The longest a shutdown has happened in the government is 35 days. Most of the time it's like 2 or 3 days. So to sum it all up, we are at a my way or the highway. They're just being stubborn. It's an authoritarian dictatorship. Nobody's negotiating. And I feel like politicians do this on purpose. They only do enough to have a job. If they did what they really were supposed to do, they wouldn't even have a job. They will work themselves out of position. So we have to vote them out of a position. If they're not going to do their job right, vote them out. Follow me for more political gossip and cultural opinions.
The US government has shut down. The United States government, guys, has shut down. My goodness, things are happening. The empire is falling. Whether they like it or not, the empire is falling. And this is good news to all Pan-Africanists. As we speak right now, things are in total sham in the United States. Congress is shut down, right? I mean, Congress is totally shut down, guys. It's crazy. Let me read a few points so you can understand exactly what's going on, okay? The full shutdown began after top Democrats and Republicans, including the President Donald Trump, failed to agree on a short-term deal to keep the government funded. To keep the government funded. Those guys don't have money to fund the government anymore. This is serious. Democrats led by Senator Chuck Schumer and Republican Hakeem Jeffries demand that any stopgap funding measures include an extension of enhanced Obamacare tax credit. Trump suggested Tuesday that his administration could take major actions during a shutdown, including cutting government benefits for large numbers of people. And the last point is the Senate is expected to vote again on dueling Republican Democratic funding proposals on Wednesday morning after both failed to pass in the last-ditch effort Tuesday night. The measures are still expected to fail. Guys, forget about all these big grammar, these big words that they are using here. The summary of everything here is that the United States is broke. They don't have money to fund their government. Why is this very interesting to Pan-Africanists? This is a clear proof to all those who are still sleeping, be it ignorant Africans, be it our leaders or so-called presidents and other African elites who still kiss the behind of these guys, whereas the guys are sinking at the speed of sound. We saw what's going on in Europe, and now we are seeing what is going on in America. These guys are drowning. I don't know why our leaders, why African presidents are still kissing the behind of these people. The truth of the matter is the global south is at the top of the world right now. Russia, China, and others are the ones leading affairs of the world right now. The new world order has revolved, guys. This is good news to Africa because for those who know, Russia, China never colonized any African country. They do not force you to do business with them. I mean, they do transparent business and make sure that it's a win-win. And that's the reason why the AES countries and other smart countries in Africa right now are creating new alliances with Russia, China for their businesses. How I wish other African leaders can wake up while it is still time. This is the time. The time has never been right like the days we are living in today for Africa to finally break loose. And finally to our African American brothers, those who truly know that their roots are from Africa, do not bother about whatever happens. We want you to know that true Pan-Africanists, true Africans who know that you are our brothers and our sisters, your place is always going to be home. Just like a lot of African Americans have been coming back home to find their roots and set up businesses back home. We want you to know that true Africans know that you are our...
What I know that whichever Trump is doing, he is not protecting you at any cost. He is doing this for his own benefit, for his own, just willing to enrich himself. He is there for his own stomach. He is there for his, back in the days when government was being shut down, people would would go home and come back to their work. But now people are being laid off, like for real. They know coming back to work again. Before the government opens, they not employ people to work in the government who are less skilled. Okay, for someone who has been in the government for longest time, seeing how government runs its program, its work, he knows how things are run in the office. But now they're shutting it down because they know that these people will go somewhere else, look for other jobs. Then they'll come back, or they will come back and open their office and then employ new people to work in the government for them to steal. You feel me? They'll employ somebody who doesn't have experience, less learned, less experienced. They'll come back and then they'll give them work to work in the office so that they can do their things peaceful. You see how Trump is planning his program. He's planning, he knows what he's doing. He knows how much he'll suffer, but he's doing it for his own benefit. Let's watch this clip and then I'll come back and tell you more.
So what the Trump administration is doing right now with this shutdown threat isn't really about a budget. It's about control. And once you understand the psychology behind it, you can see exactly how they're trying to play the American people. Now, normally, right, when the government shuts down, workers are furloughed. They take a pause and then they come back once the shutdown ends. But this time, Trump's team is saying, no, no, no. Permanent firings. That's not a plan to save money. That's intimidation. It's a fear tactic because when people are scared of losing their jobs, they're less likely to speak up. They're less likely to push back. They're less likely to resist. That's how you control a workforce without passing a single law. Now pay attention to this part. The Office of Management and Budget told agencies to cut jobs that don't, quote, align with Trump's agenda. That has nothing to do with whether the jobs actually helps Americans. It's about whether it benefits him. That's authoritarian psychology 101. It's saying your survival depends on the loyalty to one man instead of service to the country. And here's the bigger game. By threatening whole programs like education and healthcare and housing, even scientific research, Trump positions himself as the one who decides if you get to eat, if you get to keep your healthcare, if your kids get an education. Psychologists call this learned helplessness. When people start to feel like they have no power to change things, they stop trying. They stop fighting back. And that's exactly what leaders like this want. At the same time, he's still shouting, America first. But think about it. If you're cutting education for kids, healthcare for families, housing support for struggling communities, that is not America's first. That is Trump first. That's gaslighting. That's saying one thing while doing the opposite and hoping you're too confused to call it out. And at the heart of all of this is a narcissist playbook. Create a crisis, break the system, scare the people, and claim you're the only one who can fix it. It's chaos by design. And the cost doesn't fall on him or his billionaire friends. It falls on you, your job, your family, and your future. So here's the real lesson. Don't just watch the politics, watch the psychology. Every move is designed to make you afraid, to make you dependent, and to make you quiet. But once you see the pattern, you can unsee it. And once you see it, you can call it what it is. Because at the end of the day, folks, if the president is willing to sacrifice your paycheck, your health care, and your child's education just to protect his own power, we have to ask ourselves, how much longer are we going to sit quiet and let fear control us? By holding jobs and healthcare and housing programs hostage, Trump positions himself like the provider, like the father figure who decides if you eat, if you have healthcare, if you keep a roof.
Honestly, this is devastating to everybody who is in America today. America is shutting down totally everywhere. Today, there are people flooding in the airport just to travel. But they can't tell because the government is shutting down. Whenever the government ain't working, how do you expect other things to be working smoothly? No. The American economy is just ruined, destroyed by one man, one soul, who is going there for his own interest, for his own stomach, for his own needs. Don't care about people who are crying. Farming has been holding the American government, American economy for the longest time. Not only America, but entire world. Farming is the backbone of everything. But if farmers are crying, and who are you to just work in the office? How are you holding the government economy in the US? But the farmers are holding everything, the backbone of the economy in America. But they're crying. And Trump ain't even doing anything. You see him think that he was feeling good to shut down the government because he feels happy. How much are you suffering? How much are you crying? How much are you waiting for him? But he still don't care about you. Watch this video. I'll come back and finish the video now.
I can't believe Trump just said this.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
But Jess, Trump is right. If Democrats don't sign this spending bill, it's their fault for the government shutdown.
Do you know why they're not signing it?
Because they don't want to give Trump his way, ever.
Nope. Do you have health care?
Yeah.
How would you feel if your insurance went up 75%?
I wouldn't like that.
This spending bill would let ACA subsidies expire, which would make premiums jump 75% for millions of Americans.
Wait, really?
Do you support the education system?
Yes.
This bill slashes education funding by 15% and eliminates all funding for public broadcasting.
Oh, so Democrats not signing the bill is an attempt to help everyday Americans?
Exactly. And here's the thing. Trump's already been firing federal workers all year. He's already been cutting programs, but now he's using the shutdown as an excuse to blame all of it on Democrats.
You're right. Republicans control all three branches of government.
Trump is implementing law without going to the office, to the court and implement the law. The parliament is just saying something that he can cut off the electricity. Maybe if you love watching Disney, they cut it off. If you love watching football, they cut it off. They're just trying to make you frustrated. So you will have to cope with how he wants, whether you like it or not. You will have to. You have no option. You have no any other way out. You have to do as he wants you to do. So Trump is fucking you up, and Trump is messing with the economy. And before you recover your economy today, before you restore everything today in America, it will take you sometimes. This is Global Tales. Subscribe, share, and leave a comment with this video if you find it interesting. But if you don't find it interesting, maybe it's educative or informative to you, share it to a friend. Like, and tell me, what do you think? Maybe anybody who is watching from America, Indonesia, Germany, Jamaica, tell me, how far will Trump maybe drown? How that see that you are drowning, you are dying, you are just vanishing every single day. Share in the comment. Until next time, peace be with you, and I'm out.